Welcome back to First Period Intermission. Pleased to have with us, guesting is the varsity coordinator for UPI. He's been Mr. Everything here at UPI, former athletic director, now the varsity coordinator. Ron, thanks for coming on and being a part of
welcome, Normie. Great to be part of it.
So, Ron, we haven't had the opportunity to really, I guess, talk about the U Cup or really have any kind of chat about that.
Well, that was the last time we were together.
Exactly, it was.
Yeah.
So maybe I want to take you back to that, Ron, and maybe if we can kind of start our conversation there. If you think back to March 17th and 19th, 2023, what do you think of, or what do you think of in terms of what that meant for us as a university, for the men's hockey program, for people in the athletic department here at UPI?
Well, really, when you think about the whole story, right from the beginning of winning the bid to host it in 2021, and we all know what happened with the world for a few years there, and then for the championship to be pushed back to 2023, and then all the momentum that we had early on, but then to be able to push it through into 22, 23, after hosting the women's University Sport National Championship as well, twice and part of a third time.
Yeah, 2.2.
2.2. We were well prepared. We have a great group, had a great group together, along with yourself and many others who came together. And that experience during that U Cup championship back in March was very memorable for everybody, and especially for everybody in the rink. That Friday night when we won our quarterfinal game, it was just an unbelievable experience. But what that has done for us as a program has really provided an additional foundation, an additional base for the program going forward. So many great volunteers came forward to help out in so many different ways. They're still part of it now, so that going forward we have an expanded group of supporters who are reaching out into the community and coming together to support the 23-24 team and the program going forward.
One of the things that you always look for, Ron, is always the opportunity to expand your fan base, to expand your exposure, to increase the awareness level of the product. I mean, one of the things that's always been said about college hockey in Canada, especially at the AUS level, is it's one of the best kept secrets around. And people say, I got to go to more games. I went to one game and it was awesome. But what did that do in terms of maybe bringing some new fans in who maybe did not come back to, or who had not been regular attenders prior to the U Cup of last year?
Exactly. That was going into even submitting a bid for U Cup and winning the bid and then finally hosting. That really was the goal all the way along, is to increase the awareness, increase the attention and the reach for university hockey, so that Islanders and Maritimers would have an opportunity to see that championship and see the level of play and see how we competed, how well we competed, so that they understand that the product that we have here at UPI and the university men's hockey product is fantastic. It's an age group 21 to 26 typically. They have the CHL experience, or they were elite Tier 2 players, or they're transfers coming from the NCAA, or they've taken a year off and they're coming back for minor pro. It's an amazing level of hockey by young men who have gone through their career. Now they're at a spot in their hockey career where they have an opportunity to get their education, but they're using it as a platform to go on to minor pro opportunities. And we've seen so many players from last year's team. That's why we've got 17, 18 new guys this year, is that U Cup championship was a platform for our team and for others across the country, and certainly those who participate in the championship, for pro opportunities. And away they go, and now we've got new players.
Well, and you look at it even on the UNB side of things, you look at their ninth national title, I think it was, last year. So here they are playing tonight, a team that is largely similar to the team that won the title. I mean, right out from the Griffin Outhouse and Samuel Richard, and that's basically 1 through 12 in the front, 1 through 6 in the back end. A team that's relatively unchanged. So that really sets the benchmark of the standard for, say, to a team like UPI who's coming in here with 18 new bodies. What do I got to do in this league? Well, you're getting a lesson in it here tonight. This is the standard. This is the benchmark, not only for the AUS, but right across Canada. Exactly.
And for Forby, when he was sorely coming to terms with how many new players he would have to recruit early on. To have to recruit 17, 18 players, typically you're only trying to fill 4 to 6 spots, and you can be pretty focused on what you're looking for. But when you're looking for 17, 18, you need bodies. You need to fill a roster. But with the CHL and the quality of the product that CHL is developing, there's a lot of great hockey players across the country. And so Forby had a successful recruitment. We see all those new players here tonight, and just by the indication of that first period, they can play.
That's right. One thing that, of course, the team was looking for the first national title as the UPI Panthers. The institution, prior to 1969, did win a national title, of course, with the St. Dunstan Saints, the forerunner, the former Catholic University, which on campus where UPI currently sits. But one of those players who led that team was the guy who we honored here tonight, and the guy by the name of Billy McMillan. And maybe can you talk about, Ron, what that was like being a part of that tonight? I know you had a lot to go on. There was a big event, 60, 65 people down in the Al Stewart room that got here together to celebrate Billy. And, if you think about that, that's one thing we're doing a really good job of, is honoring our celebrities from the past. And a night like tonight, where we honor one of the greatest in Billy McMillan, what's that mean from the athletics department or from the university as a whole?
Well, it means everything to be able to honor and recognize our rich history, and with Billy, and even going through the process of putting tonight's tribute together, and even better understanding the type of player and coach and person that Billy was, and certainly his family and all the support that they've given him over the years and that he's given them. But hearing the stories about Billy as a player, above all, the stories about Billy a player, and the best recognition that I heard was just this week from our own, and his banner's up in the ceiling as well, is Vince Mulligan. When I asked him, how did Billy McMillan compare, and how does Billy McMillan compare to today's university player? And Vince said he's just simply the best. Always was the best and will be the best, because the type of player he was on the ice was unknown at that time. And he sold out rinks because he was in the lineup.
And there wouldn't have been anyone that would have done it with more humility than Billy McMillan. No. You never would have known that he was a superstar. I mean, back in the day of the late 60s, mid to late 60s, when there really wasn't a lot of people that you could hook on and say, I want to be like that guy, Billy McMillan was that guy for a lot of Island players.
He just played the game the right way. He played hard, he played strong, he had a tough edge, but didn't play that way. Yeah. Strong on the puck, found the net, just a complete player and a great man.
One thing that I always appreciated, and I did manage to get to some of the hot stove league that we had in the U Cup before I had to go call a game and I had to leave early, but I was so impressed with how Billy conducted himself. I thought he was a star. I mean, you had Al McAdam, Ron McLean, Shane Turner, who else was up there, I forget, talking. And for me, Billy McMillan was the star of the show. Probably said the least of anybody, but everything he said was so impactful and so meaningful.
Just shows you how thoughtful he was as a person, and the experience that he's had over the years. But being so quiet, there's not that many opportunities, or wasn't that many opportunities to hear his stories. So that platform with the hot stove, and it was a sold out hot stove. It was a full room. It was a wonderful guest that we had. But like you say, Billy really stole the show, because nobody's gotten to hear from him very often, and they really enjoyed it.
That's right. Well, Ron, listen, I enjoy all the work you do for our program, buddy.
You as well, Shelty.
You're dialed in, and you've always been, and thanks for doing it, and thanks for coming on and giving fans a little bit of an update as what's going on with the program.
You're very welcome. My pleasure.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.